Hey, it's Kay and welcome back to my channel. I have unfortunately been in a reading slump for, I would say, pretty much all of 2026 so far, with it getting stronger the past few weeks. I don't know what it is, but for some reason, nothing is just keeping my attention, holding my attention. I still want to read, but every book that I pick up, I haven't really cared about it. So I've been DNFing a lot more books, and every time I go to pick up a book, I just don't feel drawn to it. I'm just reading because I want to read, not because I am actually enjoying whatever I'm reading. This is honestly really annoying. I don't think I've ever had a reading slump like this before. And so for this video, I'm thinking that I'm gonna go through my physical TBR and just kind of spring clean it, go through, unhaul, and take out all the books that I'm just no longer excited about and that I can't really see myself picking up. We'll start with the books on my cart just because it's a little more accessible than the piles. Don't fall. So this top one, I don't think I will really be unhauling too much from it. Some of these books are books that I need for Herkyed. I'm still trying to complete it and I'm getting kind of close. So some of these books go to that. And then some of these are just books that I'm interested in. Yeah, so up at the top, we have Blue Sisters, which I need for Herkyed. 19 Minutes, which I am interested in reading, not quite dead yet. I'm interested in The Sirens. I'm still interested in. Life of Pi is a maybe. I had originally gotten this for a Herkyed prompt, but I have since filled the Herkyed prompt, and now I'm kind of questioning whether or not I'm actually interested in reading this. I haven't been drawn to it since I picked the book up, so I feel like this is going to go in the maybe pile. Good and Evil is a Herkyed prompt. Limpusium is a Herkyed prompt. Beg, Borrow, or Steal is for Herkyed. And then City of Glass is not for Herkyed, but it is the third book in the Shadowhunters series, so we will leave that there. On the second line, already I'm thinking to get rid of Outside the Lines. I picked this up at a library book sale in, I think, 2018, and I haven't read it yet. My mom read it first, and if I remember correctly, she didn't love it. She thought it was just fine, so I think this will be an unhaul. The Seven Moons of Mali Almeida. This one I picked up in, I think, 2022. This is about a man in the afterlife. It says that he has 7 moons to contact the man and woman he loves most and lead them to the photos that will rock Sri Lanka. I was gonna say I want to unhaul this, but that description did kind of interest me a little bit. I'm still thinking I probably will unhaul it. I tried reading this a few years ago and I didn't get very far. I think I got like 10 to 20 pages in, and I just don't think the writing was for me. And then same thing with Dava Shastri's Last Day. I have tried this book 2 or 3 times at this point and still haven't been able to read it. This is about a wealthy woman who breaks the news that she's dead before she actually dies, and she kind of sees the aftermath of it and people's reactions to it, her children's reactions to it. I've tried this a few times and still haven't been able to pick it up, so I think I'm going to get rid of this one as well. Last Night at the Telegraph Club, I don't know if I should get rid of this one. I've tried reading this once, and I think I was in the middle of a reading slump, so it didn't last very long. But this is an Asian American queer historical fantasy, so that checks a couple of my boxes. I feel like on paper I would like this. I know that a lot of people have read this and enjoyed it, but I just don't know. I don't know if I want to get rid of this yet or if I should just bite the bullet and say that this wasn't for me. So if you have any thoughts about this book or any of the ones that I put in the unhaul pile, just let me know. Make your case for them down below. But yeah, I'll put this in the maybe pile for now. Then we have Burial Rites by Hannah Kent. This book was a gift, and I don't know if the storyline really interested me to begin with. This is about a woman who is waiting to be beheaded, and whether or not her crimes and the stories being told about her are true. I think for now I will keep this. Reading the back again did make me a little bit more interested in it. Plus it was a gift, so I feel like I already feel bad unhauling books that I bought myself that I haven't read yet, but unhauling books that someone else has got for me without ever having tried reading them feels worse. So I think I might hold on to this for a little bit longer and see if I ever get interested in it. Then we have The Song of Achilles. I also tried reading this one, and I know that this one is beloved by so many people on book social medias, but I don't know if I could do it. This one and Circe, I own both of them because I heard such good things about it, but I remember trying a couple chapters of The Song of Achilles, and I just wasn't really vibing with it at the time, and I think it's just the writing wasn't for me. I think it was just a little bit too slow, but so many people love this book, so I feel like I need to give it another try. But every time I look at it, I'm just like, I avoid picking it up. Okay, saying all of that, I think I'm gonna put this in the unhaul pile, but if you can make a good case for this, please. The next few books, I feel like actually everything left on this shelf, I might just end up unhauling. This one is really cute, so I might keep it. This one is When You Wish Upon a Lantern, and it just reminds me of Tangled based off of the cover. I don't know if you guys can see that, but just based off the cover, it reminds me of the Disney movie Tangled, and that is my favorite Disney movie. So I think I might just keep it for that reason. This is a childhood friends to enemies to lovers story. So, like, that sounds kind of cute. I've read another book that had very similar tropes to it that I enjoyed, so I think I will keep this one for now. But then everything else that's on this cart, I think will be an unhaul. We have The Feral Detective by Jonathan Lethem. This is a book that I bought at a library book sale. It's a detective novel, and they're trying to find a woman's missing daughter. This one is another book that I've read a few chapters of, DNF'd it, and then haven't gone back to it. So I think that one is just going to be an unhaul. We have The Guardian by Nicholas Sparks. I got this from a library book haul. Haven't been interested in picking it up since. The Queens of New York and A Heart and a Body in the World. These two are both YA, and the stories, the plots just no longer seem interesting to me. I feel like I'm also not as drawn to general fiction YA anymore. I think YA fantasy I am still fairly interested in, but general fiction YA, I feel like I am struggling now to relate to it, so both of these we'll get rid of. And then same thing, The Truth About White Lies. This one I got because I thought it was going to be a conversation about race, and then I read the synopsis recently and realized that I don't actually think this is a race conversation. This is also another book that I read a couple chapters of and just wasn't vibing with and DNF'd. I think I should have just gotten rid of it when I DNF'd it. That's already a huge chunk. That's 9 books already, and that's just from the cart. Then on the bottom shelf, we have Fairest of All. This is the first book in the Villains series by Serena Valentino. I own 8 books in this series. I think there are actually more than that. And I don't know if I want to read them or not. I feel like these are just going to be palette cleanser books, like in-between books. I've tried this book specifically multiple times and didn't like it, but then I read book 2 and I liked that one a lot better. So I don't know if maybe I should just give up on this book and then just finish the rest of the series and keep all of them if I like it. I feel a little weird getting rid of only book 1 in a series. All that to say, I think we're just going to keep this one for now. Then we have Redwall by Brian Jacques. This one is book 1 in the Redwall series. This was a gift. I just keep meaning to read it and just haven't picked it up yet. Then we have Belladonna. This is the first book in the Belladonna trilogy. Still interested in reading that. We have The Poppy War, which is the first book in the Poppy War trilogy. This book I'm still interested in. I'm just waiting until I'm out of my reading slump because I know that this is a series I could absolutely love, but I don't want to pick it up in a time where I'm not enjoying any book that I pick up because I'm worried it's just going to fall victim to my weird reading mood. This one, Legend, this is the first book in the Legend trilogy by Marie Lu. I've read books 1 and 2 of this trilogy, and I have this on my TBR because I never read book 3, but I'm honestly trying to figure out if I even want to read book 3 now. I feel like I saw a couple videos where people were saying that the series started out good, but then the ending wasn't that good. And if the ending's not really worth it, I don't know if I want to go through the process of rereading these. So I feel like this might be in a maybe pile. So Let Them Burn by Camilla Cole. I just bought the sequel to this, so still interested in reading it. Before I forget, I read about 20% of this and then soft DNF'd it at the beginning of the year. I don't know if I want to pick this back up again. I don't think it was bad. It just wasn't holding my attention. This follows a girl who goes back home to take care of her dad with his Alzheimer's diagnosis. And then there's something in there where the more he forgets about his past, the more he can tell the future. Like, it has a little bit of intrigue, but I just don't think the writing was for me. It just wasn't really keeping my attention. So I think this one will end up being an unhaul. Then we have The Ghostwriter. I think I will keep this one. Project Hail Mary and Fire Keep Your Daughter. I think I'll keep those. I'm gonna keep the rest of the shelf. Let's see if I can move it up. Okay, so those are all the books on my cart. Then I think we'll just go stack by stack. I'm not gonna touch anything in my series pile. I think all of those are still fine. This pile is all of my paperback fiction books. So we'll just run through these. Book Lovers, I just bought. Pachinko, I just bought. So the first thing I'm thinking might be an unhaul is The Pairing by Casey McQuiston. This is a book about two exes who decide to go on their trip to Europe after their breakup. Neither thought that the other one would be there, and so they end up on a very romantic European trip together, seeing all the sights, and my guess is that this is just like a second chance romance. I bought this when it first came out and I was really excited for it, but then I started seeing a ton of reviews about how this just wasn't good. I've read a couple of Casey McQuiston's other books. I've read Red, White, and Royal Blue and One Last Stop. I think there was one more book, but I liked Red, White, and Royal Blue and then didn't like the other two. So I bought this after reading Red, White, and Royal Blue along with two of Casey McQuiston's other books, and then I didn't like the other two books that she had. And on top of that, I saw bad reviews about this one, and so I lost interest in reading this. The only thing that's kept me from unhauling it so far is this cute little sprayed edge. Yeah, I'm not sure if I'm ever going to pick this one up. I have disliked more of Casey McQuiston's books than I've liked, and it sounds like this one wasn't one of her better ones. The Catcher in the Rye I still want to read. Babel I still want to read. Okay, Circe. I got rid of Song of Achilles, but I think I'm going to keep Circe for now. I had at least already tried Song of Achilles and didn't like it. So I think I'm going to keep this, read a couple chapters and see if I would like this story better. The only thing that makes me hesitant about keeping it is that I've heard that out of the two, Song of Achilles is the better one. So, but yeah, I think I'll keep it for now. The Saturday Night Ghost Club, I think I will unhaul. I tried reading a couple chapters of this and I didn't really like it. I think the fact that I couldn't finish it when the book is less than 200 pages kind of tells you that this just wasn't for me. So I think this one I'm going to unhaul. I got this one as one of the Barnes & Noble Cafe books. So it was only like $5 anyway. Okay, the next two books, Stone Blind by Natalie Haynes and Beautiful World, Where Are You by Sally Rooney. I don't think either of these fall in my reading taste anymore. I bought the Sally Rooney book when I was a lot more into lit fic, and I bought Stone Blind when I was around the time I was reading Percy Jackson, and so I was kind of liking the mythological books. But I've had both of these books for 2, maybe 3 years, and I've not given either of them a second glance, so I think it's time to just pack these up and unhaul. And then the rest of these books, Passion Project, Cleopatra and Frankenstein, and Remarkably Bright Creatures, I'm still interested in, and then I have 2 holiday romances that I'll save for Christmas. So that was a pretty good unhaul from the paperback side. This stack is my hardback fictions. We have the Elsewhere Express. I just bought this one. The Poet Empress, The Women, all of these I just recently bought, so I'm still interested in reading them. So here's where I start questioning. The Epic Story of Every Living Thing and This Is My America. Both of these are YA books following like traumatic events. And like I said, I just am not interested in reading YA general fiction too much anymore. So I think for sure I'll get rid of The Epic Story of Every Living Thing, but I am questioning This Is My America because it does tackle race, and I really enjoy reading books that tackle racial issues. This one I think will go to the maybe pile for now. These two, Malin Alley and The Bombshell. Malin Alley I read a couple chapters of. I didn't like it and I soft DNF'd it, but I think I'm just going to full DNF it. I read recently a book adjacent to Malin Alley's story called The Other Moctezuma Girls, and that one I think I enjoyed more. This one just might not be for me, so I think this will be an unhaul. And then The Bombshell I haven't read yet, but I don't know if this plot really interests me anymore. It's about the daughter of a politician who gets kidnapped by, I think, the rebellion or a gang or something. After she is kidnapped, she starts believing in their cause and becomes the face of their cause. Now that I read it out loud, I think this one I will end up keeping. Okay, this one, If He Had Been With Me. I've been on the fence about getting rid of this for months. I just have heard so many bad things about it, and I feel like details that I probably would have been able to brush over, I just can't brush over anymore because I've heard so many people talking about it, such as the fact that she wears a tiara in high school. I think I have to get rid of this. I think this is an unhaul. Like, looking at it, I feel like I've been so de-influenced by social media that it's just put a bad taste in my mouth, and I just don't want to read this anymore, which is such a shame because this edition is like really pretty. I can't look at this book objectively anymore. And then the other one is My Brilliant Friend. This is the graphic novel version of it. I just don't think that the way this graphic novel is done is really for me. I like a certain type of art style. I didn't think I would care, but then actively trying to read it, I realized that I just need a specific type of art style. So yeah, this one I'm just gonna unhaul. And then the last 2 books I am going to keep because I am still interested in reading those. And I have 9% on my battery, so let's hope that I can finish this before my camera dies. The last stack are my nonfiction novels. Reef Life, I'm still interested. I love marine life. I love the ocean, so this I still want to read. America's Deadliest Election, I had wanted to read for the political history. I got through, I want to say 30 or 40 pages of it and just didn't find it very interesting. So I think this one is going to be an unhaul. Classical mythology I bought at a library book sale in, I think, 2018 or so, maybe even earlier than that. And I've read some stories in here, but I think that this is just, I think I'm just no longer interested in Greek mythology. So I think this one will be an unhaul. This stack is getting close to taller than me. Atomic Habits. This is another one where I'm not really sure if I should unhaul it or not. This is not a book that I think I would have ever picked up by myself, but I did get this as a gift. So I kind of feel inclined to try it and to read it. I think this one I'll keep for now. The Body Keeps the Score. This one I think I'm going to unhaul. Like you can see through the tabs, I've read like one section of it, but it was very heavy. I read one section of this in 2022 and I don't remember what I was expecting. I just know that it wasn't what I was expecting, and I've been holding on to it with the expectation that I will eventually get back to it, and it's now 2026 and I have not wanted to pick this up again, so this one's an unhaul. No one asked for this. This is also going to be an unhaul. I tried listening to it on audio and didn't like it. I didn't choose this book for myself. This was something that my mom picked out for herself, realized it wasn't something she was interested in, and just gave it to me to see if I would be interested in it. I don't think so. So unhaul. How to Win Friends and Influence People. This is the same as Atomic Habits, where someone gifted this to me. This is not a book I would have picked up for myself, and I kind of feel inclined to try it. Okay, this one, Why People Believe Weird Things. This just doesn't interest me anymore. I think I bought it around the time that I read The Tipping Point by Malcolm Gladwell, and I thought that this might be similar, but I've had this for like 4 years at this point and have not looked at it and just don't really want to look at it, so this is going in the unhaul pile. This America of Ours, I think this one is an unhaul. I started reading this and I think I got 30 pages into it and didn't really like it. It just wasn't holding my attention, so this will be an unhaul. Humble. I think this one I still want to try. I'm a little on the fence about this one, but I think I still want to give this one a shot. And then Cultish I just bought. So we ended up finishing with 4 maybes, and with how tall my unhaul stack is, I think I'm just gonna keep these 4 maybes for now, and then if we do this again, maybe I'll get rid of them at that time. This right here is my unhaul stack. We finished with 2, 4, 6, 2, 23, 24. We finished with a total of 24 books unhauled. If I remember correctly, I had 133 books on my physical TBR, so 24, I'm now at 109 books. So I'm almost under 100. Still have a bunch of reading to do to get under 100, but this definitely helped clear out a good chunk of books. But yeah, with that, that is the end of this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you think I made a mistake and should keep any of the books in this unhaul pile, please let me know. Comment down below. Make your case for them. If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!